Welcome to another edition of Sticks and Stones. I have a great show lined up for you today. I am pairing, well, I think it's going to be a really, really good pairing today. Not to sound too redundant, but I'm pairing a great pairing. I am bringing you Maker's Mark, number 46, French Oaked. French. And I am pairing that with a name that most people in the cigar world will recognize, the Cohiba Macassar. I really think this is going to be an enjoyable pairing for you. So right after this, we are going to pop the cork, cut the stick, and get to toasting. Now, the Cohiba Macassar is manufactured in the STG Esteli, Nicaragua facility. This is a Toro 6x60 on the ring gauge. It's kind of a medium plus, medium to a little more than medium stick. The filler is a blend of, it's got a lot of them, Honduran Yamastran, Honduran La Entrada, Nicaraguan Condeje, and Nicaraguan Esteli. So, I said with my wonderful Spanish accent. And the binder is a Honduran Connecticut leaf, and the wrapper is my favorite, the Mexican San Andres. That is a beautiful, beautiful stick. I love the San Andres leaves. They are wonderful to me. This is the first new full-time product that Cohiba has offered in several years. The Riviera is named for the Riviera region in Mexico's Tuxtla Valley. I think the X is pronounced kind of like an S, where the cigar wrappers are grown. Also, this is the first Cohiba blend that Cohiba has done with the San Andres. And I think I did a little double take on that too. Now visually, this is, hold that up for the live stream folks. This is a beautiful, beautiful stick. It's a dark brown, but it almost has a marbly appearance to it. I'll try to hold that up a little closer. I don't know if the camera can pick it up completely, but it just kind of waves from dark to light, almost like a marbling, like a countertop or something. The seams are extremely tight. And they're visible, but they don't like really stand out all that much. There is some moderate veining, and the veining that is there is fairly pronounced. It's got some really thick veins in it, but there's just not very many of them. And it has I got to get my old man eyes on here, a triple cap. So, on the nose, I get just some wonderful notes of cocoa and some leather and a little bit of like some hints of cedar in it. And it does have kind of this creamy, sweet aroma coming off of it. Now this has been in my humidor for months, if not a year or more. So it's had a while to rest. And I have a wonderful King Chi cigar cabinet, one of the larger ones. I forget the model off the top of my head, but it's 650 plus cigars. I love that humidor. It's wonderful. King Chi, they offer some great stuff. Go look for them. Now, I told you the nose. All right, I'm a little off. I cut or recorded my other podcast, the Political Patriot. If you haven't watched it, it's also available on Spotify. kind of F that one up just a little bit. Probably gonna get some little pieces in my mouth before it's all over with. But on the cold draw seems fairly tame. It's not like overly complex. I pick up some more sweet notes. Maybe some hints of, I'm gonna go ahead and tear that little piece off because I know it's gonna keep coming up. Bad cut, my fault. Rookie. There's a little bit of like cedar mixed in there with it. Some really nice kind of notes of maybe vanilla. Just kind of like, even though you're not taking in any smoke, just the aroma coming through the cold draw kind of coats your tongue a little bit in that sweet, it's hard to describe exactly. You know how vanilla is, it's kind of that coating taste on your palate. It's really good. I've paired this cigar once or twice before, and it's really good. And I think it's going to go really great with this spirit. So anyway, all right, now let's move on. Maker's Mark, 46 French Oaked. This is a straight bourbon from Bean Suntory. That's who owns Maker's Mark now. I love the wax. That's such a great touch. And I love Maker's Mark. I haven't kept it around enough because I do so many pairings. It just hasn't. It just doesn't get there. You know how I'm about screw caps. It's got a screw cap. But anyway, let's go ahead and glass it up while I tell you about it. It's a Maker's Mark distillery, and it is an ongoing production, so it's not a limited time or anything like that. I'm going to do a little more. I hope that's really coming through on the mic good, because I like that. Glug, 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 glug. That's a wonderful sound. Now this is, like I said, Kentucky Straight Bourbon, Bean Suntory, Maker's Mark Distillery. It is a, let me double check, make sure I got that right. Yep, it is a 94 proof. And while it's a non-age statement, it's aged approximately 6 years. I think I've been sitting way too far away from the microphone. So I'm going to try and lean in, although I much prefer the visual on live stream like that. But this is the microphone here, right here, for you guys. So you're hearing me fine, but what you can't see is that far from you is my directional mic that I am recording the audio that will go to Spotify and Apple Podcast and Amazon Podcast, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, let's get back to this. The mash bill is 70% corn, so it's going to be pretty sweet. 16% wheat. It's a wheated bourbon. So wheat will have a little bit of spice to it, but not like a rye. Rye is usually really spicy. And then the remaining 14% is malted barley. Now, the visual is, it is a kind of a dark copper color. Some people have akined it to a toffee. I can kind of see that, but definitely a deep copper color with really nice notes of red in it. If I'm not mistaken, the wheat that they use is red wheat. So probably where the red comes from. It has really nice legs, really clings to the glass well, and this is a under $50 a fifth bourbon. I think this was somewhere around $40, but it's less than 50 for sure. So it's not a budget buster. Now on the nose, you can really tell that Makers has like embraced the French oak staves. You get a kind of a buttery cinnamon sugar toast. My mom used to make that when I was little. I always tell her, she's like, she hates for me to say this, but I say it anyway. And that is, a lot of people are like, oh, when I was growing up, we were poor, and but we didn't know it. No, we were poor, and I was pretty sure of it. But she would make toast in the oven, and she would butter it, and she'd put a mixture of cinnamon and sugar over it. And man, that was as good as a $10 store-bought pie. It was wonderful. But you get that same kind of cinnamon, sugar, buttery toast kind of thing on this, and you pick up some raisins, and then there's more of the kind of classic bourbon vanilla and some brown sugar with some kind of faint notes of caramel in there, and even like a slight hint of caramelization on sugar, like creme brulee kind of thing. And there may be just a touch of fruit in it too. I hope you guys can hear me well enough on the audio. I keep forgetting to lean in. But it does have a really complex and balanced depth on the nose. This is a wonderful spirit so far, and I hadn't even tried it yet. But I'm about to. On the palate. I get quite a bit of oak through the nose, kind of on the retro. It is fairly spicy. It kind of lights your mouth up pretty good. Just to be a 94, it's almost fighting above its weight. It's like it's fighting up at the 100 plus, but it's a 94 proof. But it has some really nice notes of leather and some baking spices. Maybe a little bit of like a mocha coffee kind of thing going on, not up at the level of espresso though. That's a really good spirit. It's got a really nice sweetness on the palate, but you can't really place your finger on what kind of sweetness it is, so probably just more of like the straight cane sugary kind of sweetness. You dissolve sugar in water. Men in Black. And the baking spices and kind of that gentle sweetness, it's not overpowering. I think it's really much better than just the standard base Maker's Mark, which I really love. So, I mean, this is like a really nice step up. I think this is a great spirit. I hadn't even lit the stick yet. So, let's go ahead and get to that. Using my Rocky Patel Envoy in electric powder blue, I guess. I lost my purple one. We had some work done on the house, and it may have walked off with one of the workmen. I'm not really sure, but that's about the time I lost it. And they don't make these anymore. You can still find them on Amazon, but the choices are rather limited, so I went ahead and grabbed this electric powder blue before I couldn't get them anymore, because I really, really love this. It's a 5-torch. Does a great job of toasting up the sticks. And it is, to be 5-torch, it is a butane sipper. The fly keeps buzzing around here. I'm like, you're not going to be buzzing around in a minute, because there's going to be a lot of smoke around, and you're not going to like it. It is a beautiful day here at the No Shoes Bar and Grill out on the patio, deep in the heart of Republic of Texas. I know Texas is like hot. It's like 3 degrees short of the face of the sun in like July and August. But man, once it hits like October, November, it may get up in the upper 80s to around 90 during the day, but then it drops back off into the 60s at night, maybe even tinkling into the upper 50s. And it's beautiful. And if you can't be on a beach, Texas is a great place to be. Fairly mild winters, don't have a lot of snow, maybe just a little bit, just to make you a little nostalgic. You got a couple of months of like really hot summer, but the rest of the year is like great. Perfect patio weather. Patio is a season here in Texas, and it lasts about 6 or 8 months out of the year. And you can always tell when patio season kicks off, because all of a sudden you show up somewhere at 4 o'clock on a whiskey Wednesday afternoon, and you're having to wait in line to get to the patio. And we have some, really great like Tex-Mex places around here, like Micocina and this is not really, it's more of a chain, but Chewy's. And they all have really nice patios. Go out, sit, feel the breeze, take a little drinky poo, eat some chips and salsa, maybe a little cheese dip. Makes for a great afternoon. You got some folks there that you really want to hang out with, and you just enjoy yourself. Patio season is a great season here in Texas. I got something else I want to talk about, but I forgot what it was. But I'll remember it in a minute. It didn't have anything to do with this. So let me go ahead and give you this. Now, the baking spices and that gentle sweetness really kind of like bind this stick and the spirit together. There's a lot of like velvety smoke coming off of it. There does appear, as I'm looking at it, and I don't know, you really can't see it on camera, but it does appear to have a fairly toothy profile. So I'm hoping I get some little cigar oil packets that'll burst open while I'm smoking this. I love that. If you've ever seen it on a cigar and didn't know what it was, it's little packets of oil that are inside the leaf. It's natural. It's nothing that cigar companies do. And as the burn gets up to it and it gets hot enough, those little oil packets the oil inside will start expanding, and it'll pop through the leaf, and you'll have little wet spots. I always like that. Maybe it's just me, but I always like that. But yeah, I have really been impressed with this Macassar, Macassar, Macassar. Probably one of the best Cohibas I've smoked. I've smoked quite a few Cohibas, but not nearly all of them. But yeah, I mean, I really like this one. Even though it's a darker stick, it's more right at that medium strength profile, and I mean, it's a great, enjoyable smoke. Really is. And if I remember right, because I've had this, like I said earlier, I've had this for several months. I bought a 5-pack, and they were less than $50. And then may have also, sometimes I'll go and, generally I order from Cigars International, but I'll go to Thompson because I do like their Pfeiffer packs. You can order 5 packs, and like you can order up to 4. And if you get it to 4, the price goes down every time you add a 5-pack per 5-pack. So it starts at like, if you want 1, it's like $29. And then it goes down to, if you get 4, it's like $24 or $22 or something like that. And you're getting 20 cigars. You can't choose more than 1 of a 5-pack, but it lets you get basically a box. Basically, some of them are 20 cigars in a box, and some are 25. You're basically getting a box of cigars for less than $100, and you get to kind of pick and choose. So it allows you to try other stuff. And I hate to commit to a full box of cigars if I'm not sure I'm going to like it. And that 4-fur, 5-fur, whatever they call it, 5-pack frenzy, it's great. I love it, and that's where I do a lot of ordering like that. Because then if I bought 4 or 5 packs and I've only spent like, $22 or $24 for 1 5-pack, if it's not that good, I don't really care. When friends come over and want to smoke, I'll give them those. Oh, hey, you'll love this. Most of them don't do anything like this, so they don't know whether they like it that much or not. Anyway. I love that. And I remember now that this particular stick, this Cohiba, the Macassar, the smoke really held inside the glass. That is, I love that. I just love the look of it. It has absolutely nothing to do with the cigar itself. It's really cool. And then as the spirit washes around and kind of sloshes around in the glass, so does the smoke. It's wonderful. I love it. You have to move slow or it'll get sucked out. That's what she said. All right, for those of you on audio, I am going to put you on hold while I smoke this down to about the halfway mark, and I'll come back and give you an update. So, hey, stoners, I am back. Here at the halfway mark, the stick has, I just told the folks on live stream a couple of minutes ago that there's probably a little more earthiness and maybe a little bit of nuttiness that have filtered their way into the stick. And while the sweetness is definitely still there, it may have kind of pulled back just a hair. The Maker's Mark is still doing an excellent job of complementing the stick, and it is really making for an enjoyable experience. If you're now listening to this for the first time on audio, you really miss some of the nuances that I just rattle about while I'm doing the live stream. But these two are really going great together. This is probably my favorite Cohiba stick that I've tried, and yeah, they're doing some pretty good things here. And the Maker's Mark, it's like I said in the beginning, I don't think it's an entry rookie level spirit, but it's not far from that. I mean, you'd start at a little bit lower, and this would be probably something you'd work your way up into fairly quickly. And then you get into the rare breeds and all that kind of stuff that's like 115, 117, 128 proof. That's the big boy club. Yeah, I don't go there very often, even though I do have a membership card. Yeah, the sweetness and kind of the baking spices off both of these, they really do tie this together. And now you have that kind of earthiness and nuttiness that have kind of brought some extra added things to the package. I think this is an excellent pairing here working. But I am going to go ahead and burn this down to the band, and I will come back and give you an update and my final thoughts.